In this day and age, superheroes rule the box office, but with great power comes great responsibility. If comic book movies are to stay in demand, they need to tell timely stories about relatable characters with powers beyond our wildest fanboy and fangirl dreams. Join ScreenRant as we go through every upcoming superhero movie in the works for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the DC Extended Universe, and any universe in between.
That's it. No more Mr. Nice Duck.
Number 1. In Avengers Infinity War, our heroes were not in good shape. During the battle with Thanos, Doctor Strange said there were 14 million possible outcomes, but only one where the Avengers would be victorious. On May 7th, 2021, the Doctor Strange sequel comes out, and maybe this movie will tell us what some of those alternative outcomes were. Sam Raimi returns to Marvel, and perhaps his pulpy B-movie sensibilities will make Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness the mind-bendiest and most exciting Sorcerer Supreme adventure yet. Number 2. With the popularity of Stranger Things, it only makes sense for superhero movies to capitalize on 80s nostalgia. Wonder Woman 1984 is expected to bring some much-needed levity to the DC universe, and Wonder Woman's pop-infused trailer, full of lightning bolt-swinging antics, time-traveling love interests, and a mysterious villain played none other than the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal, makes us ecstatic for Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman follow-up. This one's due to be out on June 5th, 2020. Number 3. Also, we'll soon see the return of Batman in a fresh take on the character from Matt Reeves. As proven by his Planet of the Apes films, Reeves excels at directing fast-paced action and truthful performances. Also, some exciting actors are attached, including the brooding Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight. The release of a dimly lit costume test makes us all the more excited for the opening of this film on June 25th, 2021. Number 4. After some squabbling between Marvel and Sony, all seems lost for the latest and greatest Spider-Man, played by Tom Holland. But a deal was reached, and the friendly neighborhood wall crawler will return. Director John Watts, who helms the first 2 Holland films, is back, as are the scribes of Far From Home. With Spider-Man's identity revealed during the Far From Home post-credit scene, we couldn't be happier that this story will continue on July 16th, 2021. Number 5. People love a good combo. Peanut butter and jelly, cream and coffee, love and thunder. Perhaps the 4th time's the charm of this standalone Thor film. With the success of Ragnarok and the return of Oscar-winning Taika Waititi, expect the creative team to bravely tackle new territory for everyone's favorite Asgardian. Perhaps Natalie Portman's Jane Foster will be wielding Thor's hammer. And maybe, just maybe, Christian Bale will really shake things up for our heroes, if he does indeed join the cast. We'll find out for sure on November 5th, 2021. Number 6. The Eternals has been on Marvel's film slate for some time, but this team of heroes hasn't always gotten the same amount of love that bigger-name heroes get on comic book store shelves. Maybe that'll change on November 6th, 2020, with an A-list cast including the likes of Richard Madden, Kumail Nanjiani, Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie, and Lauren Ridloff, the MCU's first deaf superhero. Things could get really wild. Number 7. On Netflix, Iron Fist brought a healthy dose of martial arts to an on-screen Marvel property. But now Marvel is bringing one to the big screen. ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is an adaptation of a title that debuted in the 70s. With an Asian leads, the cast features Simu Liu, Awkwafina, and Tony Leung as the villainous Mandarin. Unlike Iron Man's 3 Mandarin fake-out, this guy's the real thing. Expect this epic to grace theaters on February 12th, 2021. Number 8. While Captain Marvel 2's release date is currently unknown, one of the MCU's most powerful figures will get another standalone feature sooner rather than later. Kevin Feige has hinted that the war between the Kree and the Skrulls will receive more airtime during the next MCU phase. Plus, what Carol Danvers did during her 2-decade hiatus from Earth between her first film and Endgame offers a lot of storytelling opportunities. Also, last time we saw Nick Fury, he was on board that Skrull ship, so maybe we'll get some answers regarding his whereabouts in a Captain Marvel follow-up too. Number 9. On February 18th, 2022, an as-yet untitled Marvel movie is expected to be released. While we know this mystery movie is on everyone's calendars, we don't know what it's about. Could it be the long-rumored MCU X-Men movie? After the box office disappointment of Dark Phoenix, the Mutants need a film that we can all get behind. With the MCU's emphasis on character and story, these filmmakers might finally figure out how to make the first satisfying cinematic X-Men story in a long time. Number 10. Then again, let's not count out Black Panther 2. The first Black Panther was enormously popular, and a sequel to the Oscar-nominated superhero movie is a no-brainer. While a film is definitely in production, no release date has yet been assigned. Could it be that February 18th, 2022 film? Only time will tell, but apparently director Ryan Coogler has submitted a treatment for the Black Panther 2 movie to Marvel's top brass. Tune in to the Marvel panels at future conventions for more info. Number 11. The first Suicide Squad received a mixed reception. Edited like a 2-hour music video, its frenetic plot focused on antagonists that we had never seen on screen before, making it hard to really care about the fact that they were going good in the first place. But the sequel seems promising, with the return of key cast members and a script under direction of Guardians of the Galaxy's James Gunn. We'll find out how the Suicide Squad sequel is on August 8th, 2021. Number 12. A tweet firestorm led to the removal of James Gunn from the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, even though he'd already finished a script for the third movie. But everything's okay in the galaxy since Gunn's been reattached to the third Guardians film. Whether this closes out the story of everyone's favorite intergalactic misfits remains to be seen. The film doesn't have an official release date yet, but the cast has fully embraced the return of their director and emphasizing the importance of redemption for Gunn and others with stories like his. Maybe redemption will play a big part in the third movie. Number 13. There's another Marvel flick that has a release date but no name, set for July 29th, 2022. This movie could be anything, including the next Guardians or Black Panther film. Maybe Kevin Feige is waiting to see which movie finishes pre-production before announcing the press release. Or maybe it's a different franchise altogether, like their long-rumored reboot of the Fantastic Four. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt have been long fan favorites for the roles of Mr. and Mrs. Fantastic, so here's hoping the MCU finally does justice to Marvel's first family of superheroes.
Why'd you do that?
I didn't do anything! Stop, jump, and roll! Stop, jump, and roll!
Number 14. After a slew of movies with mixed critical reception, the DCEU really hit their stride with Wonder Woman and Shazam. So it makes perfect sense they'd fast-track a Shazam sequel. Little is known about who Shazam will be facing off against, but with an April 1st, 2022 release date, we hope that the return of director David F. Sandberg and writer Henry Gayden isn't just one big April Fool's joke. Number 15. In all fairness, the Shazam 2 team are probably waiting to see how Black Adam turns out. Black Adam, the Shazam villain and popular anti-hero, will be getting the big screen treatment, with a star turn from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He'd been on fans' wish lists to play this character for quite some time, and The Rock will bring this character to life on December 22nd, 2021. With the help of Jungle Cruise director Jaime Collet-Serra, we hope this film will make us crazy excited for an eventual crossover film between Shazam and Adam. Number 16. Live action isn't the only place where superheroes reign supreme. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse had fans and critics hailing it as the best big-screen Spider-Man story, and we're hard-pressed to disagree. While much of the creative team is returning, including LEGO Movie's Phil Lord and Chris Miller, this time they're back as producers. Now, Joaquim Dos Santos of the Legend of Korra fame is directing, while Wonder Woman's 1984's writer David Callahan has penned the script. We'll find out on April 8th, 2020, whether it stacks up to the original. Number 17. Following Jared Leto's controversial turn as the Joker and Sony's controversial Venom film, both are back in the superhero filmmaking business with Morbius, a vampire villain with some connections to Spider-Man. With a supporting cast that includes Matt Smith, Tyrese Gibson, and the return of Michael Keaton's Vulture character, we'll see how it all shakes out on July 31st, 2020.
Business is good.
Number 18. While The Flash has had a ton of success on the small screen with the CW's TV version of the DC universe, it's been harder to break his story in movie form. A revolving door of filmmakers attached to the project has included the likes of Phil Lord and Chris Miller before they left to make Solo, only to get fired from that film. With the replacement writers also getting replaced, this film's production has more twists than The Flash's Flashpoint storyline. Flash actor Ezra Miller was even brought on to write his own version of the script after he was unsatisfied with the lighter style that Spider-Man Homecoming's writers John Francis Daley and Jonah Goldstein gave to the character. Warner Brothers eventually dumped Ezra's script and brought in Birds of Prey writer Christina Hodson and its director Andy Muschietti to revamp it. Hopefully they can get it all together in time for the projected July 1st, 2022 release date. Number 19. While X-Men appears to be on MCU's back burner, a finished film left over from 20th Century Fox's X-Men universe has also been shelved for some time. The New Mutants, starring Maisie Williams, is expected to inject some horror and young adult vibes into the X-Men universe, showing a group of younger mutants trapped in a creepy facility. The film's release was delayed by Fox so that reshoots and edits could make it scarier. Later, Disney acquired it and pushed back its release because it didn't necessarily meet the standards and style of Marvel's current batch of films. On April 3rd, 2020, the world finally learns how this movie compares to other mutant flicks. Number 20. After the surprise success of Aquaman, a sequel is on its way. On December 16, 2022, we'll see the return of Jason Momoa as the titular hero. But it's unclear whether the studio will stick to that date since director James Wan said he wouldn't commit to the sequel until the script by Aquaman co-writer David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick was in good shape. And will Amber Heard be back for more? We'll find out soon enough. When it comes to Batgirl, Joss Whedon jumped the Marvel ship to board the DC train. With his experience creating appealing and empowering female characters like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, DC figured he'd be perfect for Batgirl. However, he eventually left the project, unable to finish a satisfactory story treatment. While a release date has yet to be announced, Batgirl is likely to be on DC's top priorities in the coming years. Number 22. A female hero who is finally getting her due is Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson's super-skilled agent will finally get to anchor her own film after years of playing supporting roles. Although she met her end in Avengers Endgame, maybe her standalone film will allow her to continue fighting evil in future MCU movies. With Florence Pugh and David Harbour by her side, we have high hopes for this film, due out on May 1st, 2020. 23. After two hugely successful movies, everyone's waiting for the return of the Merc with a Mouth in Deadpool 3. While a release date is yet to be confirmed, the film is in the works, now at Disney. Don't worry, the move to the House of Mouse won't impact the film's content, as co-screenwriter Paul Wernick confirms that Disney will allow them to keep that R rating. Also, the same team from Deadpool 2 is expected to return. Ryan Reynolds seems optimistic, saying that while they're waiting for the perfect story before going forward, they think they may be able to top their previous outgoings by playing with all the toys available in the MCU's toy box. Number 24. A new Spawn movie is in the works, with the comic book character's creator Tom McFarlane reportedly on scripting duties. The film, produced by Blumhouse, is expected to focus on Jeremy Renner's detective character, Max Twitch Williams. Twitch turns to Spawn in a moment of desperation, and the two embark on a shocking journey full of vengeance. No release date has been announced, but with Jamie Foxx expected to play the title role, this film will likely outdo the 1997 movie of the same name. Number 25. While the Marvel Cinematic Universe has largely steered clear of violence and horror, they'll likely make an exception with Blade. Wesley Snipes was still talking about appearing in a sequel as recently as 2018, but Kevin Feige has announced that Oscar winner Mahershala Ali will be bringing Blade to life in the MCU. No release date is set, but Kevin Feige has shared a completed logo, meaning that news about the forthcoming film isn't far away. In the meantime, a whole slew of other films are in the works, some of which we'll talk about in videos in the not-too-distant future. There's DC's animated slate of films, due out in 2020. Plus, Marvel is planning another sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, this time focusing on all the female characters. As for other live-action films, we have Venom 2 coming out on October 2nd, 2020, and Ant-Man 3 in 2022. Gotham City Sirens was long rumored for DC's slate, but the story was expected to focus on Harley Quinn. With the release of Birds of Prey, Sirens has likely been postponed indefinitely. But don't worry, there's no shortage of films in the early discussion and pre-production stages. And who knows what other secret studio projects are yet to be revealed. With surprises around the corner at every Comic-Con and fan event, more announcements will come for each and every upcoming movie. As of right now, though, this is the film slate to beat. Let us know which superhero movie you're looking forward to the most, and if there are any other movies worth mentioning. Keep us posted on all your thoughts and feelings below, and stay tuned to ScreenRant for more videos like this one. See you around.